Hey, this is Tony again. We're going to slow down a version right now. I had somebody do a request for a taught version of I Saw the Light. And like I say, I'm not a banjo teacher and I'm not the greatest banjo player on earth, so you'll kind of have to bear with me, and I'll slow it down as much as I possibly can. And like I said in a prior video, I'd like for you to listen to what I do, listen to the notes, and actually take time to find them. If you use your ears and you hear me play a particular note, if you hunt and peck for it long enough, you'll find it. I don't play very complicated. Most of what I do is Earl Scruggs stuff, because I learned early on that when I was on stage and I might have an idea pop into my head and I thought it was going to come out great, and I went out on a limb and the limb broke, and I made a dummy out of myself in the middle of my break. So I've kind of scaled back, and I try to keep it conservative and stick more to the melody of the song and get in and get out, because the main thing about a song, anything that has lyrics, is the singer and the words to the song, not my banjo break. I'm here as a supporter of that person. So, I want to get the spotlight off of me and keep it on the singer, the person that I'm backing up. So, here we go. I Saw the Light. I'll do a quick full speed version of it, and then maybe talk about a couple of things and slow it down. Okay, and of course I probably missed a couple of notes from what I thought I was going to do in that. Something about banjo, forget perfectionism when you're playing an instrument, because it's not going to happen. I've seen too many people get real stressed out over playing every note perfect every time, and it doesn't cause a good environment. So, it is an art form, and we're human, and we're going to play something, and more than likely, every single time you play a break, you're going to mess something up in it. The people listening to you won't necessarily know it. You may know it, but look, don't stress out. It's going to be different every time. So, that was the up-to-speed version. Now I'll try to slow it down a little bit, and I'll do kind of a medium speed and then a really slow speed. Quick lesson: start using your ears and learning how to tune so you don't play out of tune in front of people. But here's a really slowed down version, or as slow as I can probably do it, and hopefully you'll be able to kind of figure out what I'm doing here. Let me start that again. Okay, and talk about a couple things right quick. Earl Scruggs, a lot of times at the beginning of a song, did a pinch, and sometimes it was the 5th string, the 2nd, and the 1st. Sometimes it was 1st, 3rd, 5th, 3rd, and 1st. Sometimes he would just go 3 and 1. That's up to you. So you can start as or, and it doesn't really matter either way. It's just whatever you like. And all that is just to give you a starting place, but to alert everybody that you're playing with. Okay, this is the first note, ching, and then they can come in with you, instead of it being kind of a tapering in and tapering out thing. So we'll take it sort of piece by piece. That beginning is. And notice I'm not always using a roll. Sometimes it's back and forth. Early 3-finger style banjo was based off of 2-finger style. So a lot of times you'll hear this kind of stuff in there. Don't always think you got to keep a continuous roll, because it doesn't always work out that way, and you'll find yourself playing around the melody instead of actually playing the melody. So don't be afraid to kind of rock it back and forth every now and then. Okay, we're up to there, and here's the next part. Okay, 2 things in there. It's very important. This is a pull-off. You hear me talking about pull-off? It's when you're rolling your finger over a string, dropping back down to the next fret with the finger. You have one finger already down, and what you're basically doing is plucking the string up here at the same time you're plucking it down here. Make sure those are very clear. Learn how to do them clear. Use your ears and listen to what it sounds like. I hear too many people that go, and I think if you're going to learn an instrument, you need to learn it with perfection, not perfectionism where everything has to be perfect, but as good as you can get it. And so I know you can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So you want to pull offs good. Second thing is, in that second part there's a C7th, and you need to learn how to do that. You make your regular C, and what I do is put my pinky down, 3rd fret, 3rd string. That makes the C7th. So this is that part again. So right now we are up to. Then we're going to go back. This is the 3rd bar of the song. It's like the first part. So right in there you have a slide on the 3rd string. You really need to emphasize that. Hit the string hard when you hit it, preferably with your thumb pick so that it rings. So when you do the slide, everybody hears the note. So it's now here's the 3rd part of that. Right here we're going to be playing 2 notes out of a closed G chord, and we're going to be sliding into it. We're going to start with our fingers. This will be your pinky on the 1st fret, on the 1st string in the 3rd fret, and your 1st finger on the 2nd string in the 1st fret, which is actually 2 notes out of the key of F, and we're going to slide into a G. Earl Scruggs does this a lot, and I think people have had a hard time with it for some reason, but I know it took me a while to figure out what he was doing. I have no idea why. But here's the 3rd part. It goes, I'll show you where we're up to. here. Let me see if I can slow that way down. So it's be, and this is sort of a slide in at the same time you're picking it. Something like that. And you put it all together and it's... See if I can do it again. And you see why I said those pull-offs are very important. Pull-offs, hammer-ons. Hammer-on is just the same thing, only you're hitting down instead of up. That's a hammer-on. It's just hit it and get off instead of plucking it. And they're very important in three-finger style banjo because that's where that emphasis comes from. It adds that little bit of blues to it and keeps it from being so kind of white bread sounding. So that ending again is...